Hey there, Commandos. How you guys doing? Rooster here with another edition of Tuesday Toy Chest. Yeah! So as promised, we have the 4 Horsies of the Pocalypse. Now, there's actually 5 Horsies, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Now, this is a collectible line from Bigshot Toyworks. It was a Kickstarter in, I believe, 2015. Might have actually been 2014. And then it was delivered the December, January-ish of 2016, I believe. I'd have to go back and check everything, but I've had these guys on my shelf for a couple years, and it's something I've been considering doing some sort of review with for the Chrome Commandos really since the beginning. Now, this was a Kickstarter. This was actually my very first Kickstarter. This is the very first thing I ever backed on Kickstarter because I saw someone make an ad about it, and they shared it on Facebook, and I thought, that's fucking awesome. This tripped my trigger. This is when I just moved out. This is actually, oh man, this came out shortly after I moved out of my, I was done with college. I was still living at home. This happened, I don't know, maybe a year or two when I was still kind of getting into, like, what do I want to collect? I was finally starting to have some extra money, and I was like, this is exactly the kind of quirky shit that I want to collect. And I saw Kickstarter. They'd already done one before, it was called Maddie, and this is Maddie. She is a Cthulhu-based pony. Fucking awesome, right? And look at that, man. This one's fucking massive. Like, I'll show you a comparison in a little bit to when you compare it to the other ones. This is the 5th pony. This is like, if you think the other ponies are, Horsies, I'm sorry, I can't say ponies. If you think the other horses are kind of, they're kids. They're still learning how to use their powers. Maddie's their teacher. She's this Cthulhu-based. She's got a bunch of different tails. There's some great design work. Under the tail, you can see the suction cups, which I think is fantastic. I love the wings. I really love this character. I really loved what I saw from the Kickstarter. I love the collectible part of it. I was like, this is something that I need to own. And based on that, I was like, yes, I want to back this Kickstarter. This is how I really want, this is before I had a bunch of shelves. This is how I really want to start collecting. This is the kind of stuff I like. So without further ado, let's show off the 4 Horsies of the Pocalypse. We'll start off with Clash. Clash is your war pony. Loved Clash. I love the translucent plastic. I think it's fantastic. Like I said, the size comparison is you've got, that's a much bigger horse than you have for Clash. Clash is cool. The jaw goes up and down. It's about the only real movement you're going to get there. It's a fixed, locked position. At first, I was a little disappointed. I kind of wish there was a little bit more mobility to them, but these are collectibles. These aren't something that you're giving to your kids to play with. These guys cost about $25 a piece. The full set cost about $125 altogether. Yeah, so it's pretty sweet. You've got this nice little, like, shield looking thing there. The entire plastic's like this nice smoky gray, so you can kind of see through it all. It's a gorgeous piece. Big, clear eyes. Love it. Moving on, you've got Raven, which is your Horsie of Famine. Now, Raven's wings move a little bit. They're these gorgeous, it gets a little clearer towards the end, and then it becomes this nice frosted kind of translucent plastic. Just like the tails, the same way. You've got some nice little detail work here. Again, the jaw moves up and down. I believe all the jaws actually move up and down so they can talk and scream how happy they are. Those beautiful red eyes. Such a nice little crafted piece. Some bone sticking through. Beautiful little piece. You've got Calamity. Now, this would be your Pestilence type pony. The cool thing is, it's like burning, because I guess you burn things with fire. The cool thing is the gas mask pops off. And again, it's just a gorgeous little piece of plastic, red jewel eyes. And then you're left with just this beautiful translucent orange plastic. So, big fan of this one. I mean, I'm a big fan of all of them, obviously. I love these things. And then finally, you have Ghost. Now, Ghost is interesting because Ghost is your death Horsie. But during the production process, they realized Ghost didn't stand out so well, so they made this little plastic platform that Ghost could go on. It's got a dead bird on it, which I'll show off a little bit. Again, it's a little, kind of like a tar pit kind of thing. Like, everywhere that Ghost steps, everything just dies, and it's very sad. Ghost has the unicorn horn going on. It's got the dead wings, which do not move, unfortunately. At least I don't think, yeah, they're not supposed to. So it looks a little funky, but it looks all just misshapen. Character, it's fantastic. It's gorgeous, the artwork on it, the detailing, the sculpting, it's fantastic. It's definitely well worth the price of admission, which was one of the things that I was like, yes. The only thing I don't like is it did come warped like this, and it never got better. But it was something that I think they added late to the production process, so it's one of those, like, well, you didn't expect this, so it's okay. Cool piece. This was the base set. They had crystal clear ones that you could have bought. They had these like glow-in-the-dark neon green ones that looked pretty spiffy. They had some really cool pieces. I just opted for the base set. I was like, I want the base set. I think this is what's going to look great on my shelf. When you're watching videos, if you ever see anything up here, I don't think I've ever been far enough back for you to see that, but that's where they live. They always look over. They always catch people. It's something that's a good conversation piece. Because a lot of people see those and go, what the hell do you have My Little Ponies for? I'm like, those aren't My Little Ponies. These are the Horsies of the Pocalypse, and they're fucking sweet. So yeah, they really tripped my trigger for collecting. I love the quirkness to them. That's something I really enjoyed. Bigshot Toys knocked it out of the park. I know they're still available if you find if you go to the Four Horsies website. So if it's something that you're looking at, you're like, those are kind of cool. Those are tripping my trigger as well. I highly recommend checking them out because they're pretty cool. They look good on a shelf. They held up pretty well. For anyone that has cats, they know that cats love to knock things off. This is when I was still learning, like, how can I keep my stuff safe from cats. So my cats knocked these guys off the shelf a few times before I finally figured out how to keep the cats from getting up there. And they held up pretty well. The only issue I ever had was I had one of the face shields fall off clash. And I was able to repair that pretty easily with a little bit of plastic. Just a wee little bit. We got it all fixed up in there, wedged in there, so it's not going anywhere. So yeah, man, the Four Horsies of the Pocalypse. Awesome toys. Awesome collectible set. Something I'd highly recommend. It was a great Kickstarter a couple years ago. It's still a great thing if you can find them. And I think that if you want something quirky that's kind of fun, kind of cutesy, and I think something that you're going to be able to convince maybe your wife, your boyfriend, maybe someone who's like, well, you know, let's get a little quirky. This is definitely what I think you'd look for. So Four Horses of the Pocalypse from Bigshot Toys. That'd be Rooster's toy pick of the week. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you liked it, please go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button wherever you are. Let us know that you liked us. We need to know what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong. If you didn't like it, I still need to know that as well. That'd be great. And as always, this is Rooster, signing out.